Are you worried about or currently experiencing burnout through your nursing journey? Here are 3 simple tips to reduce stress, anxiety and exhaustion and to streamline your nursing journey. Hey guys, Drew back at it again with another video. I aim to help nursing students navigate through nursing school and get that registration. I post videos weekly, so don't forget to subscribe, like, hit the notification bell to have all the help you need right at your fingertips. Also have links to other resources down below in the description, so be sure to click on those and access those. For everyone's convenience, I've put time cards down below so you can skip through chapters and find the stuff you need to find as fast as you need to find it. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. Tip number 1, study schedule. I know everyone says study schedule, but hear me out. It's a critical component in achieving success. It helps to reduce anxiety and ensure you get assignments submitted on time. Now, I've attached a link to a calendar website where you can print out monthly calendars like this to mark down all your assignment due dates. I've also put down a link where you can download this assignment tracker, which I developed myself, where you can put subject, assignment, due date, percentage, your actual percentage, and the total percentage you get from that class. At the start of the semester, you'll go through all your assignments, find the due dates, find the percentages, and find the weights. And you'll note this down in your assignment tracker. We will put these due dates on our calendar so we can see how long we have before each assignment is due. We will then put the calendar and the assessment tracker somewhere where we see it every day, otherwise it's useless. Like the old saying goes, out of sight, out of mind, and we're here to win. As we progress through the semester, we're going to cross off the dates and we're going to fill in our assignment tracker with our achieved scores. I've also added the formula to calculate the percentage from the marks we get from each assignment. For example, a quiz score of 15 out of 25, we take 15 and divide it by 25, which equals 0.6, and we multiply it by our max percentage that we can achieve for this assignment, which for example could be 30%. So 0.6 times 30 equals 18% total weight for that unit. By using these tools, it allows us to remove due dates and unnecessary stresses from our head, put it on some paper, and have that stored somewhere where it's not always going around in our brain. I remember myself, I used to have the worst anxiety, thinking I was going to forget something, an assignment or a due date, so I remember checking it over and over and over and over again, and then when I would get the result, I would calculate it again and again and again to find the total weight that it played within the unit. I didn't have it written down somewhere where I could reference it if I needed to, which in turn takes a lot of mental energy away from the actual studying and learning and puts it into unnecessary channels, which wasn't healthy for me and impacted my journey and the results that I was getting. Okay, Drew, but I don't get access to all my units at the start of the semester. So what do? Well, you'll need these tools the most because as assignments get released and these due dates get released, you're able to have somewhere to put them and reference them at a later date. And remembering always that consistency is key. Tip number 2, study materials. Yes, as simple and boring as it may seem, having the right tools for the right job will put us in a better position for success. Not having the right tools for the right job is like cooking dinner with no stove or utensils. It can be done if you build a fire outside and hold the food with your hands, but your life will be 100 times more difficult if you do it that way. The first item, or items I should say, because there's never one of them, are textbooks or online equivalents. And yes, I understand more and more resources are becoming available online for free, but universities and colleges construct most of their assessments and exams around the knowledge that is pulled directly from these specified textbooks. As we progress through nursing school and into the workplace, we realize more and more that medicine is constantly changing. So by using our specified texts as a baseline, we will be better equipped to aim for 100% on our assessments. Drew, I hear you saying, been doing fine using mostly online resources so far and have been getting fantastic marks. To that I say, great. It is a skill in itself to identify and use credible resources to your advantage and is a key component in successful nursing care. I say this as I learned from personal experience and using the allocated textbooks helped me out a lot. The second item on our study material checklist is stationery. Some people love it, some people hate it. Either way, it's the basis of any successful student. As time progresses and education transitions onto a more online-based system, more and more students are forced to keep their study lives on their computer, laptop, or phone. In saying so, the study style that you find most effective will be unique to every student. I personally found from watching lectures and writing notes, I was better able to retain information than typing, or just by watching it. In conjunction with stationery, our third study material is going to be an internet accessible device. Whether it be your phone, laptop, tablet, doesn't matter. Like I said, now more than ever before, the world of education is moving more onto an online-based delivery system. So we're going to want access to all that information that's available. But Drew, you said use your textbooks as primary information. And while that is correct, some textbooks explain topics and conditions in a very complex or unclear way, which means some of us may have a hard time understanding concepts and absorbing that information. This is where online resources such as YouTube or Khan Academy can fill in these gaps and break topics and conditions down into more simpler and easier to digest pieces, which will allow us to grasp concepts more easily. And tip 3, probably the most important tool to reduce burnout, exhaustion and stress, which is balance. Balance, balance, balance. As a lot of nursing students have to balance work, life and study. I've personally seen so many nursing students and nurses on the floor get burnt out and end up hating or leaving the profession because they overwork themselves. If at any point during our nursing journey we find the study load or even workload to be too heavy, or we need to work more, or we find our grades or performance dipping and we're not sure why, we may be getting to the ceiling of our working capacity. Identifying this may be hard for some of us, so it can be a good idea to find a friend or somebody that knows you well to keep us in check when they think we're working too hard and exhausting ourselves. If we identify that we are working too hard or getting overwhelmed, the first step we want to do is take some time, relax and unwind. Fun fact, the brain runs primarily off glucose, carbohydrates, and combined with the fact that 25% of all energy you consume is used by the brain, we can't expect it to run off poor fuel and inadequate rest. The same way you can't expect your car to run without the proper fuel and maintenance. If at the end of the semester we find ourselves still struggling, it might be a good idea to take on less subjects next semester, although different colleges and universities may have different structures for their degrees. I know in Australia at least, students are allowed a maximum of 4 units per semester, a semester being 6 months, from January to June, July to December. I remember doing 4 subjects my first semester, working a full-time job, and let me tell you, it was not fun at all. I was pretty much chained to my desk when not at work, and some days I had to take time off work to complete assignments on time. There were also a lot of mothers in my class completing their degree at the same time, the same situation I was in, but having kids at the same time. I really don't know how they did it. I just call them superheroes, honestly. After that, I realized that it was too much for me to do that many subjects at once. So I reduced my workload to 3 units per semester, and I found it a lot easier to do, which I have been doing ever since then. And let me tell you, it helped me so much physically and mentally. And honestly, after balancing everything, I really started to enjoy the degree and the nursing and the knowledge. So take what you can from this video, and if you have any questions at all or suggestions for future videos, please leave them down in the comments below. And I appreciate all the support, I really do, thank you. Bonus tip. For everyone that stuck around to the end, I have one extra tip for you. Purchase a USB and attach it to your keys or something that you keep around with you all the time. Whether it's in your wallet, purse, doesn't matter. And also have a Microsoft OneDrive account. Have both hard and soft copies of all your assignments. I think I can speak on behalf of all previous nursing students. You don't want to be completing an assignment 2 days from submitting it, and for some reason, one reason or another, you lose it because your computer gets wiped, it's stored somewhere where it's not safe, and you only have the one copy, and you lose it and you have to start again. And then you have to apply for extensions. Most colleges or universities, you will still lose marks because it is submitted late, no matter your excuse. Talking about it now is giving me goosebumps. I've linked everything below that we spoke about today in the description, and I'll see you back here next week for another video.